Hey everybody, and welcome to Binder Minder. And today I've got a box of Phyrexia All Will Be One set boosters. It's been a while since I've opened these up. I haven't opened up Phyrexia in, well, a year, 2 years, year and a half, somewhere in that range. It's a fun set. It is now out of standard, and because of that, the prices for these have dropped down significantly. So we picked up 2 boxes for $100 each, which I thought was a pretty decent deal. I don't know. It remains to be seen if it's going to be a good deal or not. But you can pick them up for $109, $108 on TCG Player, so it's not a crazy deal. Not as good of a deal as I thought it was at the time, but it did take them a long time to ship. So like these, when I ordered them, they were, well, it was a month and a half ago. So it took a while to ship, but we'll see. As far as hits to look out for, there still is Shieldred, Traxa, Mondrake, Glory Dominus, Elishnorn, Vorinclex. There's still all the classics there. Jin Gitaxis, stuff like that. Sword of Forge and Frontier. They do have a showcase treatment, and we'll see at least a few of them that has like a white background. It's really cool. Unfortunately, these aren't collector boosters, so there's some things we won't see. I don't know if we can get like the Phyrexian language cards in these or not, but either way, should be interesting. See if we make our money back, and more importantly, there's some cards I'd love to pick up. I'd really like to have another Elishnorn and a Mondrake, Shieldred. Any of those would be really good. Even going down to like the Drivnoid, Carnage Dominus, and the Phyrexian Obliviator and stuff like that. Those would be good as well. There's also the meta card, which is All Will Be One, which is the card that's named after the set. Typically, it wouldn't be the first time that Wizards has made a card where it's got the same name as the set, but I don't think they've ever been in the set that it's named after. So it's an interesting one. Anyhow, let's get these pulled out. Looks like these have been banged around a little bit, but we won't waste any more time and dive right into these things. I haven't opened a set booster in a while, to be honest. Everything's had play boosters, so we'll see. Like I said, we'll hope for one of those hits, and if we don't get them, we don't get them. But my last box I opened up was all the jump starts, so not having the inner packaging itself is going to be nice. So we got an art card. I'm going to miss those when you start seeing this only in your collector boosters. Aisha, Sparks and Smoke for our rare, and then Crawling Chorus, which is a pretty good card as a common for our foil. And we got another one. We get a couple rares. You see this? Mercial Spelldancer and Blackcleave Clips as well. So this is one of those that enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. Again, like I said, these were actually pretty popular in standard until they left. And this is a borderless one, so that's pretty cool. And we also got a foil for our land. That's pretty crazy. So all things considered, I don't know if any of those are huge hits or anything like that, but 3 rares and a foil full art land, and one of the rares being a borderless, it's pretty good. Maybe it's just been a while since I've opened a set booster, though, so we'll see. Look at that. That is a cool looking art card. Token. Nor's Wellspring. I don't know why I put this land over here. So you see there, we didn't get any extra rares or mythics or anything like that. And then full art there. So it's another thing to point out. So there are two different types of lands in these. This is the regular one, and then these are the Phyrexian lands. So this being a full art is pretty cool in there. In fact, I will put it back in the good pile. Or being foil, sorry. Being a foil Phyrexian land. Got a token. Bone Picker Scourge again, but in foil this time. Kenneth, Crucible Goliath. I'm not sure if there's any other cards we should be on the lookout for as far as uncommons, commons. Let me peek real quick. So the best uncommon you can get that's not a special treatment, because there's a few other step and complete foils that are worth a little bit more. But Shieldred's Edict is still $1, even though that is out of standard. So that is the one that we'd keep an eye out for as far as that goes. But it's $1. It's not anything crazy. All right, the Howling Abomination. Once you get one that just doesn't want to open for you. Feels like you get a lot of art cards in these. But I guess that's because they're getting an art card and a token sometimes in place of a rare. It's a mythic, but Luca Bound to Ruin. Hopefully that's not a good card. Token. Foil Mirex. It's a pretty good card. And then we got a Razor Verge Thicket. That's very usable as well. It is rare. And then another, so Swamp, probably it's got to be the most expensive of the lands, and being foil, that's a good pickup. Well, those Phyrexian lands are one of my favorite lands too. I know there's a lot of stuff that's kind of overtaken it lately, but it's still pretty good. Another rare foil, Mirrored Safe House. Not the foil versions we'd like to get, but I'm getting quite a few of the Phyrexian lands so far. I suspect that will get fewer as we go since we're getting that lucky with them. Cankerbloom, Archfiend of the Drossen. We got a cool looking rare behind there. Grass Unstoppable Juggernaut. That's pretty slick, isn't it? I definitely miss set boosters. Set boosters kind of felt like a middle ground between the draft packs and collector boosters. Alright, Tyvar Jumbling Brawler. Didn't we just get that a minute ago? No, maybe it was a different one. I could be wrong though. This is a set that would have been fun. To open up some collector boosters with. I got back into the game a little late for that, so there's some pretty cool looking cards in the in the collector booster only treatments. All right, so we got a Blue Sun Twilight and Mirror Convert. Well, I'm sorry, that's a uncommon. No Atraxas, Elishnorns, or anything like that. None of the Praetors yet. Oh, there we go. List card, and it's a Tiamat. That's pretty good. That's a huge hit, really. I don't know if it's really worth a lot. Let's check real quick. Yep, exactly what I thought. It is almost $20 right now. That's a big hit. And then Drivnoid Carnage Dominus. This is a good card as well. Kinzu of the Bleak Coven. That's another rare. That's a good pack. Only thing missing is a foil. I almost forgot about list cards being an option. It's been a while. In some sets, like Walls of Eldraine, the only cards I ever get good hits out are the list cards. See, that's what I want to pull right there. That Elishnorn, that would be cool. Mother of Machines. Shifting Wall, another list card. Kimba, we got a cat. Dark Slick Shores, and definitely put that one to use. Not bad, not bad. If every pack was like that. It always feels good to get a good lands. These aren't lands that everybody will play, but I'll play them. I don't mind them. The fast lands, I think is what they call them. They were a lot nicer when they were available in standard still, but all right, that's Kato. I don't know how many. That used to be really good. Vat of Possibilities I've seen so far. Tablet of Completion. What's this do? Put an oil counter. Some card draw, at least. There's that Sheoldred's Edict. There's another Phyrexian land as well. You notice we haven't been getting as many of those after we got past that initial bunch of them. I don't know if I bent that or... See, it's got a... I mean, it's just an art card, but... It's interesting, there's a bend in it. If I can show it, there it goes. Right there in the... There's a Kaya. Rare. Next, another Elishnorn art card. 2 of them in one box. Does that mean it's like a premonition? We're going to get one. This is a Pendril Hunger Dominus. Screeves Hive, Involved, Spinder for our rares there. Another foil Phyrexia land. Love it. I feel like we're definitely hitting those more than on average, which I'm not complaining. Rebel token, Evolved Spindrill, and second land with the Tangleweave Armor, or second rare. Duress. Hopefully the crickets outside aren't being picked up on the microphone. It's just nice out. We have the windows at least partially open. I don't have the window near me open because of the noise. Azuri, Stalker of Spheres. I have to clean up my pile of cards here. It's falling all over. You know what these Alex Schnorns mean? It means my wife will probably pull one. Nice. Ajani, Strength of the Pride is a list card. That's a great mythic. Koth, Fire of Resistance. It's interesting, 2 Planeswalkers in one pack. Not something you see very often, given how rare they are usually. That's a cool back. Black Sun Twilight. How many canker blooms we've seen as well. There's definitely there's another Phyrexia. There's definitely some cards in here that are extra common. This pack feels weird. It was all spread out. I could feel individual cards. Felt like an old revised pack that somebody had searched already. Tadidas, Juniper Assistant for our first one. That is an SLX card. SLX, basically, these are Secret Lair cards, technically. So they did Universes Beyond cards, and they wanted to make sure that the regular version, like a in-universe version, was printed as well, and that's what these would be from. I'm not sure which one this one would be from, though. Still a good pull. Slavaban Iron Goblin, good God. Blackcleave Cliffs, not a bad pack. 3 rares there. Another Phyrexian land too. I feel like we're seeing more of those in the regular lands. It's crazy. None of those big crazy hits other than that Tiamat. Alright, Red Sun Twilight, Thrun, Breaker of Silence. Cool treatment as well. Yeah, I definitely miss set boosters. I might have to get some set boosters from something else, some old sets. A lot of them are just really expensive to get now, though. I don't know what else I might be able to pick up. Maybe some Brothers War. We haven't done Brothers War in a long time. Wilds of Eldraine. I'd love to do some more Wilds of Eldraine. Hex Gold. Zenith Chronicler. Another Phyrexian. When I go through the lands, I may have to set apart all the Phyrexians and just get a count. This pack feels like this other one where it was split up. You see how the lands, there's like part of it's pushed up. It's weird. Another signed card. Then the Hera. White Sun's Twilight. We already pulled that one once. Just knocked everything over again. They're just kind of slick. These feel good too. They don't have that nasty texture to them. That's why I think they're sliding in the pack too. I think these were moved around, banged around quite a bit. Thrill of the Possibility artwork, right? Yep. It's another list card, Mirrodin Besieged. No idea if it's good. We'll find out in the end, though. Green Sun Twilight. Another Phyrexian card. Yeah. Even if it was like what they were doing with like the Dragonite lands, which is like 1 and 4, we're seeing way more than that. There's a Jace. I forgot the Jace, the Perfected Mind, was in this set too. It's a good mill card. There we go. A Banding card. Benelish Infantry. Well, from the list card. Blade of the Shared Souls. Another Thrumming Bird. Another Thrumming Bird behind that. The list cards are definitely going to make or break us, I think, unless we pull something crazy here. $100 doesn't seem that hard to reach, but you know, that's such a cool looking card. And this is why I like this. I like these black and white cards, and so if you're new to the channel, one of my decks is all black and white art card deck. So trying to find cards that just have black and white art is kind of a challenge. And I did lean on this set a little bit. More on the double feature set, but between the two, it helped quite a bit. Alright, Volt Charge. Dragon Wing Glider. And Archfiend of the Dross in the showcase treatment as well. That's not bad. Alright, we're down to 2 packs. I think we pulled one cool foil. We probably do for a nice foil, right? So there's a foil there. And a foil Mirror Safe House there. Mirror. So we got 3 foils that we have no foil mythics. Feels like we're due. Is that the Green Sun Myth? Oh, Scythe Sink. Alright. Carnivorous Canopy. Mycosynth Gardens. That's a pretty good land. Comes in, you can tap it and pay. Become a copy of a target artifact you control. Bone Picker. Down to our last pack. Last pack magic. How do we do? Is it going to be that Elish Norn, or maybe my wife? Maybe my wife's box will have the Elish Norn that we had all the art cards for. There's no list card. Not a rare. Urbras Forge. This would have been really good before this set went out of standard. This is a super popular card. And that's it for our rares. Alright. Another Phyrexian land. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything scanned in. Sort everything out. Get an idea of what we got. I'm very curious to see how many Phyrexian lands we ended up with. And just to see how we did. Because we did have a few list cards in there that I don't know where they're going to land. We didn't have any of the biggest hits, but we had a couple of decent hits. So we'll see. I feel like we probably are way off. I feel like we're like, out of our $100, I think maybe we're at $60. But we'll see. Okay, I'm back. I got everything scanned in. I have not gone through and sorted this stack out in uncommons, commons yet. This is the commons, uncommons stack. There's a lot of them. I did take a look at a couple things. So for one, we have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Phyrexian lands with what? 3 of those being foils. In addition to all the regular lands. That's quite a bit. That's a pretty good percentage there. I'm happy with that. What I did find that was really interesting, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of Final Fantasy in the way is that we came across this art card, this Elish Norn signed card. These things are $13. And this isn't like, oh, it's Final Fantasy, it's come out, and I'm sorry, not well, no, it's market price $13. But the cheapest ones are selling for like $8, $9. To be fair, but that's still a crazy number for an art card. It is a beautiful card, and frankly, this artwork in general is awesome, and for it to be signed. But I've talked about this before. What do you do? Like, how do you even sell or trade in an art card? Like, I just don't think that most game stores are taking them in. I could be wrong, but it's just not something I've ever really tried, I guess. I don't see them having a huge market for them, at least paying those kind of prices for it. But that is interesting, I'm kind of curious, actually. So that is the most expensive art card. Atraxa is like $2, and then none of the other ones are expensive. So I was just making sure there wasn't anything else that was super expensive as well. Anyhow, speaking of expensive, we're not expensive. So I got a little stack. Here's the stuff that was not worth anything, more than $1. That's not Phyrexian OV1. So these 2 are SLX cards and then 2 list cards. These are all under $1. I just have this separated because when I go to put them up, those will go into a different spot. I sort all my stuff up by set as well. So I have a big stack of stuff that is not worth $1 as far as from the rares. A lot of them, and some of these, like these Mirexes that are foiled, these are like 99 cents. They're really close. And, Rage Forge Thickets and stuff like that are still going to be very usable. Same thing with a few of these other cards. It's not that I won't put them to use or anything like that. But as far as value goes, they're not really there. Man, I love the artwork on these things. That said, for overall value, though, I did look up the value of these Phyrexian cards. The foil swamp, that one right there, is like $2.30, and then some of these other foils I think are more in the $1 range for the foils. And I'm surprised that some of these regular versions are down and selling for like 80, 75 cents and whatnot, and being listed for as low as 20, 30 cents. It's kind of crazy. That said, this is a stack of cards that we have that are between $1 and $2. These are all the cards that fell into that like little window, and we don't have a very big stack of cards that are over $2. We got the Tiamat, and then 4 cards. But you notice 3 out of the 5 here are from the list cards. Only 2 of these are actually from Phyrexia OV1. We really did not do very well as far as getting big hits from Phyrexia, from the set itself. And I guess I shouldn't be a little surprised. Wild Evil Drain does the same thing to me every time. So why would this be any different, right? I'm surprised I even got a good list card. So anyhow, let me open up this and I'll tell you the breakdown. So as far as cards over $2, this Drivnoid, this is going to be $5.62. This Zapandrel Hunger Dominus is $6.66. This Mirrodin Besieged is $6.74. Ajani, this is $8.29. And this Tiamat, as I mentioned before, is $19.67. So our total price over $1, which would be these 2 stacks, was $57.91. And I guessed that I might hit about $60. I was pretty close on that. I'd prefer to be wrong, but that's what we did. As far as the total value, including all the other cards, we hit $96.31. So both end up being under what I paid for this box, which means that it's at least the second box in a row that I've had that's just been complete, total dud for me, which is a bummer. Hopefully, like with the Jumpstart, hopefully my wife's box that I picked up for her ends up being good enough to make up for this. Especially, I'd love to see her pull a few of those cards that I'd actually like to use, but we'll see. I guess I was unlucky in picking out which box I needed to grab. We'll see, though. Maybe she has a dud as well. This might not be the set to go with anymore. Now that it's not in standard, that wouldn't surprise me. Thankfully, we have the list cards that at least helped us a little bit, but it wasn't enough. Till next time, though, this is Binder Minder. As always, thanks for watching. And to put us in your binder, just like and subscribe, ring the bell to be notified, do the hype button if you got it, we'd appreciate it. You can also catch us on social media, which is linked down below. I think there's going to be some affiliate links here. Help me make up for that huge loss yet again. If you're picking up something on Amazon, check out that affiliate link. It always helps. And yeah, have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.